Hi guys, this is going to be a video just kind of going over and explaining some of the methods I used and the parts I used for my personal mod. This won't be a full tutorial for it, but if you understand what I'm saying, you should be able to reproduce it pretty easily. So yeah, this tutorial or video or whatever was requested, and I didn't really see a reason why I shouldn't upload it, so here you go. So I'm going to start off with the cap and the tip package in the cap. For this cap, I basically edited just an inverse comssa, which is comssa caps, and they're drilled out like so that you can see through them, and then inside the comssa cap there's a tooltip like this. Exactly like the tool inverse comssa. Because if you've been following me for a while, this looks pretty much the same as my tool inverse comssa, because it is my tool inverse comssa. I just made some edits to it and changed up some of the parts I used to make my own personal mod. So the cap is a comssa cap drilled out, and there's a tooltip in it, inverted like so. And inside the tooltip there is a sanded down HGG tip. And for this HGG tip, you're going to literally take a file and sand down the front and the back until it will fit perfectly into the tooltip. With this HGG tip I have here, I sanded it down to fit into a G3 tip. So as you see there, it fits in and it's level. At the back here, there's none of it sticking out. It fits in perfectly. You're going to do that with your HGG tip so that it will be flush with the end of the tool tip. And then once you've done that, you're going to take a ball bearing. This is just a small ball bearing from a skateboard bearing that I took apart. So you take this and you put it inside your HGG tip, and you're going to Teflon tape this whole thing together so that it'll stay in place. So that's the tip package. It's very dense, like all the weight is very compacted, or compact, or all in the same spot. But yeah, this provides for very clean momentum with very little drag. And I continued this weight distribution with the grip here. As you can probably tell, this is a white Dr. Grip grip, like here, and it is the exact same length as a tooltip. So it is cut down so that it will be right over where the tip package is inside of the cap. This is so that the weight distribution is on this very small area and you don't get very much drag throughout the pen. And I explained this concept of drag in an earlier video, but basically it's just when you have a lot of weight all around the pen, it makes it harder to push the pen around and keep it moving. You have to provide extra force to keep the pen spinning. And with my pen, or my mod, all of the weight is at these very small areas at the very end of the pen. So it's basically the best and cleanest momentum you can get while keeping the weight pretty low. So yeah, there's that part. And that's basically the main reason why I like this mod, but there's also just a couple extra things if you really want to recreate this mod that you'll need to know. So for these rings at the top, you could probably figure it out on your own, but this is an air fit ring, which is put inside of the Dr. Grip lip here. So if you've tried this before, you'll know, but you can put an air fit ring pretty easily into the lip of a Dr. Grip grip and it won't fall out. So for this mod, I took a small piece of paper which I cut into a circle, which is on the top, and I put it inside the lip of the air fit ring so that it stays in there. And then I put that part onto the Dr. Grip grip lip like so that you have this cool insertable area on the very end of your mod. But also, to keep this in place, because you don't want it just falling out every time you drop your pen, I put a small rubber pad which would make up the distance between the paper insert and the edge of the air fit ring so that it will lay flat on a table like so, and so that you can glue it down to the Dr. Grip grip. So once I put this rubber padding in the top, and the tool tip and its whole package and everything was like that, it creates a pretty flat surface that you can just put some super glue all over the bottom and on the sides of the air fit ring, and if you put it in, it will stay very solidly on the end of the pen. So that's that part, and then whatever. And then here obviously I just have a sailor grip and an air fit ring, and then the last part is the barrel. So for the barrel, I used a Super Parrot body, but this is not just a normal Super Parrot body. The way I took the ink out of this and set everything up, I extended it. And so what that means is, on both sides, I hollowed out the pen so that it's just a tube. And I made sure when cutting it not to cut any of the spinnable surface area. And what that means is, say you have a Super Parrot, and just for example, this is the part where the cap goes on and where the ink is. I did not cut any of the barrel, like any of this part here. I cut right at the edge and then sanded it down so that it was perfectly the full length of the barrel. And this was just to maximize the length of my mod and to keep it pretty like smooth all the way out, all the way throughout the barrel. And also, in addition to having this comssa back plug, I slipped a small ring of tool grip from the tool pen, which I showed earlier. I put a small ring about 1 or 2 millimeters around this part of the comssa back plug, and this is just to provide a tiny bit more of extra length for the mod since I have pretty big hands. Yeah, this just provides a little bit of extra length in your mod and all of that. It's good stuff. But yeah, if I didn't say earlier, this small assembly or whatever on both sides of the pen, not just one, so that it maintains its balance. And to do that, you just gotta drill out both sides equally and put in your comssa back plug. I think I might have forgot to mention this also. I cut off and the unnecessary part of the comssa back plug. It's usually like this long, and I cut it down just to reduce the drag. This is kind of optional, you don't need to do it, but I think that it helps out in reducing the drag of the mod and keeps it pretty light. But yeah, that is pretty much everything. That's a full explanation of my personal mod, and if you could understand anything that I just said, that's good. You might have to watch the video a couple times if you really want to make this pen. But yeah, so that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed the video, and if you thought it was helpful, please leave a like. As always, leave any other suggestions for videos and stuff in the comment section down there, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye.